You ever felt like a deer in the headlights when you're on a job interview and you get this sort of question?
Can you tell me about a time when you had to deal with a difficult coworker?
You would not be alone. This is an example of a behavioral interview question, and in this video, I am going to give you 5 secrets that HR professionals don't want you to know to help you crush these on your next interview. So grab a notepad and hit that like button. Stick with me to the end because the last one is the most important of all. Hey, what's up people? I'm Darren DeLuca and I am the Ramblin' Recruiter. I've been a recruiter for almost 2 decades now and I am passionate about helping people find the job of their dreams and make the most of their career. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and you definitely want to consider checking out the Ramblin' Recruiter Facebook group. Link will be in the description below. Very few topics will produce more angst for job seekers than behavioral interviews will. They're difficult to prepare for, and you have to be really great at telling a story in order to make the answers resonate. Now, this is a topic that I know a little something about. I literally wrote the book on behavioral interviews at my last company. Behavioral interviewing is a technique that, when used properly, can create a very consistent and easily replicable candidate experience. In other words, you are able to judge all the candidates for a particular role on the same set of criteria when used properly. The thinking is that your past behaviors are actually the best indicator of what your future behaviors will be. And I can tell you that if you've interviewed anywhere in the last 10 years, chances are very good you've encountered these questions at least once or twice. There are countless books and resources out there that have been written about behavioral interviewing. My advice to you is skip them all. If you really want to get better at storytelling, and therefore get better at behavioral interviewing, I strongly recommend you pick up the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, written in 1936 by Dale Carnegie. This book is still as relevant today as it was back in 1936. It is life-changing. It will improve every aspect of your life, from your work, your home, your family. If you're a sales rep, I guarantee you will close more sales. If you're a recruiter, I guarantee you will close more deals. And if you're a job seeker, I guarantee your communication will improve significantly and you will do much better on interviews. Now, I put a link below in the description. This is one not to miss. Alright, so we're going to jump right into these, but before we do, just a quick reminder, check out the Facebook group at fb.com/YouTube Ramblin' Recruiter. Link is in the description below. And comment below if you think it would be helpful to do a follow-up video that is an actual live demonstration of a behavioral interview. Let me know what you think there. The first secret is your answers must come in the STAR format. STAR is an acronym. It stands for Situation, Task, Actions, Results. Each star needs to be a story unto itself, and any good story needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. So the situation, that's your beginning. What was happening? What was going on? Make sure you are as descriptive as possible. Paint a really detailed picture there. Now, the middle is the task and the actions, okay? What were the tasks assigned to you? What actions did you take? Again, be specific, use the first person, and be detailed. And finally, any good story has to have a good ending, and that is your results. If you don't bring it all together and tie it up in a bow, it's gonna fall flat. The second secret is recent examples trump old examples. No, not that Trump. When you're putting together your stars, you want to stick with recent examples whenever and wherever possible. The last 1 to 2 years of your experience and the last employer you had. Now, if you've got 20 years of experience and you have to go way back in your experience to come up with an answer that's relevant to the question that's being asked, that's okay. Just make sure you preface that. So your answer might sound something like this. If we use the generic question, tell me about a time when you had to deal with a difficult customer, and you have to go back 10 years to your last customer-facing role, you might say something like, I haven't been in a customer-facing role in a long time, but I do recall one time when I was waiting tables in college, blah, 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 blah. You see what I'm saying? Recency trumps older. The third secret is relevant examples are better than not relevant examples. Here's what I mean by that. If you are interviewing for a financial advisor position at Morgan Stanley and you have an internship at Goldman Sachs and waiter experience at TGI Fridays, you are going to want to pull as many examples as you possibly can from your internship experience at Goldman Sachs. This is relevant to the job that you're interviewing for, therefore it is the more valuable experience that you can demonstrate. Now, if again you're in a situation where you have to dip into an example that's not relevant in order to find an example, a story that actually resonates for the position and for the question that's being asked, then you have to preface that. So again, using that same example of tell me about a time when you dealt with a difficult customer, you might say something like this: I interned at Goldman Sachs last summer, but I didn't have any customer-facing experience there. But I do recall from when I was a waiter at TGI Fridays, blah, 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 blah. You see what I'm saying there? Whenever and wherever possible, stick to industry and position relevant examples. The fourth secret is use the first person I, me, and my, not we, us, or the team. People are generally pretty humble and will have a hard time speaking about themselves. They want to share credit. They want to be good teammates. This is not the time for that. Make sure you are speaking in the first person only. If you're still here with me, congratulations to you, because clearly you are highly committed to crushing these on your next interview. Good for you. Comment with me below. I'm with you if you're still here and you're going to be the one to stand out from the crowd. If you comment, I'm with you, I will send you a promotional code that will get you $5 off anything in the Ramblin' Recruiter Teespring store. The fifth secret is the question itself is not nearly as important as the story that goes into making the star. So therefore, what you want to do whenever and wherever possible is to pre-formulate your stars before you even show up at the interview. Now, I'm not suggesting that you sit there and try to memorize interview guides. I've known many people that do that. It doesn't help, because without the context of the question, memorizing an answer isn't going to help you that much. But if you think back over your experience, whether that's 20 years of professional experience or whether you're just graduating and all of your experiences are internships and summer jobs and academics, I want you to think back over the years. What are your capstone accomplishments? What are the things that you are most proud of? For me, I drew on my military experience for that. I was most proud of the fact that I brought all my soldiers home from Iraq. When you're first interviewing for jobs, it might be that you had to work 40 hours a week and go to school at night. Whatever those capstone accomplishments are, and you've got them, you just have to think hard about them. You can draw on those to pre-formulate your stars. You want to pre-formulate your stars because just like it takes practice to get to Carnegie Hall, it takes rehearsal, rehearsal, rehearsal to ace star format interview questions. It's not easy. It's not easy to tell a story that has a beginning, a middle, an end, and is compelling and answers the question right in the moment. So the more you can rehearse these either in the mirror or with somebody at home, the better off you're going to be. Think about those top accomplishments, pre-formulate some stars, go into the interview having rehearsed. Here's a bonus tip. When an incomplete answer is given, this is called an incomplete star, the recruiter, HR person, or hiring manager will ask what's called a follow-up question. Now, I've seen follow-up questions derail people who were well prepared for an interview because it threw them off their rhythm. So here's a tip on how to be ready for follow-up questions. When you're formulating your stars, hold back 1 to 2 details that don't fundamentally change the answer. They're just 2 more pieces of information that you can add on should somebody ask you a follow-up question. That's a great way to ensure that you have more ammunition should you get follow-on questions. Here's my final thoughts on behavioral interviews. I said it before. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, 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 and practice some more. You cannot expect that without rehearsing these answers at all, you're going to walk into an interview and ace it. But that's okay. Remember my tip on pre-formulating your stars in advance based on your most successful and proudest moments, your best accomplishments, if you rehearse those stories enough, you will be able to adapt them to fit any question. Remember to speak in the first person. I, me, my. Now's not the time to be humble. Now's not the time to give credit to the team. And make sure you're speaking quantifiably. In actual, tangible, physical results, those are going to be great answers. Well, folks, that's going to do it for me today. My name is Darren DeLuca, and I am the Ramblin' Recruiter. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of new videos as they come out. I post at least one new one every week. Comment below with your questions and the topics that you would like to see covered in future videos. And please consider sharing this video with your friends on your other social networks. Your friends and family may thank you. Come join me on Facebook. The link is down below in the description. Members of my Facebook group get access to even more great job tips and tricks, exclusive discounts on all kinds of merchandise in both the Rambling Recruiter store and from Amazon.com, and early access to new content before it gets posted on YouTube. Remember, in life, wherever you go, there you are. I'm Darren DeLuca. I'm the Ramblin' Recruiter. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.